Hi everyone! I'm here on location in my parents' house and we're making pierogies. We're actually starting off with some gluten-free dough because, hi Monica! Because my sister-in-law has a gluten allergy, so we want to make her dough first so we no cross-contamination. This is my father. This is Gerry. He is our dough whisperer. So right now he's working with the gluten dough to make it kind of workable. Good morning, Monica. The gluten dough is kind of tricky to work with because of the lack of elasticity that's in there. So it makes it kind of tricky to work with. And Monica, I can't remember. Have you had pierogies before? I'm thinking you have not.
This is actually.
Oh.
That's correct. What number is that?
10.
So, frozen from the grocery store. That is not how you eat pierogies. Fresh pierogies is always best. And I will be tagging the recipe in my link tree after the live so you guys can actually have the recipe that we use. And we just substitute regular flour for gluten flour. So, but it's, you know, it actually tastes pretty good. The more filling you can get in the gluten flour, the better it tastes. At least that's what my sister-in-law says. I've only ever tried the regular kind. It's actually not that hard to make, especially if you like potato pierogies. Like those are not that hard to make if you know how to make a standard thing of mashed potatoes. But the kind that we're making with the gluten-free is we are making sauerkraut, onion, and mushrooms. That's a traditional flavor of pierogi that we make. I have a video that shows like how I actually make the filling. By the way, I have new ears. It's December, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. So I have new ears to show everybody. But even that filling is not that hard to make, and I was not a huge fan of sauerkraut in general, but then once I made it myself and fried it up myself, it tastes way better. Thanks, Monica. I really like them too. They're super festive, super cute, and I have more coming because I have a problem, and that's fine. And then people keep sending me links to stuff. But these are the two that I picked from Amazon that I really liked. So I'm going to zoom in on our pastry chef right here. And right now he's making the rings of the dough so that way we can fill it. And then I'm usually the filler. Let's see if I can. Oh, see. So delicate. So usually, because this is gluten-free dough, this one, I might need some more dough. This one kind of fell apart on me. I'm gonna steal some dough.
Yeah.
The gluten makes it kind of tricky. Hi, baby. Thank you for joining my live. Makes it tricky to work with because that one just does not want to behave itself. But normal pierogies are a lot easier to work with because it has the gluten to kind of stretch over it. So that is like a terrible representation. So the key is when you make filling, you need to make sure it is completely cooled. Because if you have hot filling, it's literally going to melt through your dough. and it's not going to work. So it's kind of like a little dough pocket that you fill in the filling, and then you kind of wrap it around. And then with the gluten, because it doesn't stretch, I'm just adding more dough to it so that way we can cover it, because otherwise it's going to fall apart when we do it. Good morning, Sarah! I know I'm doing a live in the morning. I always do it at night. Thank you for coming. Because after we shape it into, after we shape it into the dough, we actually par bake it before we bake it completely.
Hi.
We are making these for Christmas. You can actually par bake your pierogies and freeze them till when you need them. They can stay fresh for, Dad, how long can they stay fresh for?
Well, they can 3 months in the freezer.
They can do 2-3 months in the freezer. These are still better than the frozen ones you get in the grocery store, though. Hands down. We are going to make some regular ones, too, but we wanted to do the gluten ones better first. So, and the key with the gluten ones to make it, so we have made these before, and the issue is that the dough is too hard. So we added sour cream to make it more movable, but it makes it more gentle as well. Especially since in the sauerkraut that we are filling, that filling has sour cream in it. So we're kind of working against it a little bit. Oh, this one's actually behaving itself. Okay, so this is the kind of shape that you want for an actual pierogi. And so you're going to have it kind of like this U-shaped, and then you kind of pinch the dough together to make it. How are these cooked? Good question. So you cook it kind of twice. So you par bake it in some boiling water, which I'll show you as soon as the water is boiled. And then after it is par baked and boiled in the water, you remove it, and then you have 3 options. You have the first option is you can bake it in the oven with a little bit of butter. It's the healthiest way out of the 3, but who wants to eat it that way? No one. Then the second option, you can pan fry it with butter as much as your heart desires. And you can fry it on both sides till you get a nice golden crisp area on it. Or you can deep fry it. Now, we don't deep fry it. We do the in-between one. As long as it's partially fried, it tastes amazing. Right, Sarah? Who wants to eat it, like, healthy? I mean, pierogies is already filled with dough. Do we really need to say that they're healthy? No, they're not healthy. Might as well just go all the way, pan fry it, and make it delicious. And what I was saying before, so I grew up having sauerkraut, which is it's a fermented cabbage, right?
Yes.
Yes. So sauerkraut is a fermented cabbage. I grew up, my mom would make it in the crock pot, and I wasn't a fan of it. Hi, Lai. Thank you for coming for my live. And it is nothing against my mom. My mom is an amazing cook. But once I discovered that when you fry the sauerkraut, it's like 10 times better. I mean, everything tastes better fried, right? Yeah, that's my beautiful mother.
Hi,
I'm Mom. That's when I discovered sauerkraut is amazing. I also realized that the more you rinse the over saltiness of sauerkraut, oh, she is adorable. If you guys think I'm perky and bubbly, she's like 10 times more bubbly than I am. And Mom, Lai says hello, by the way.
Hi.
She says hello back. She's the reason why I'm bubblier than I could be. Monica says hello to Mom.
Hello, Monica.
My dad is more quiet, but he's the professional baker, the professional dough maker. He's the reason why I can make bread. His bread looks like what you would buy from Panera. I'm still working on mine.
Evie, when we get to the regular dough,
You can help.
I have you make some, okay?
Yes. Oh, they're saying hello, Dad, by the way.
Good morning.
Here, let me. Here is my lovely father as he's working on the dough. And there's my daughter, Evie. Dad, they're asking, where did Dad learn to cook so good?
My grandmother.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dad.
I used to watch what my grandmother did in the kitchen, and she never had a cookbook in the kitchen her whole life. So I learned from somebody that knew what to do.
We're not doing those today because it's just too many. But in the past, we have actually made an apple type pierogi. And it's almost like an apple pie filling with the dumplings. And she was the one who used to make that. Evie, they say hello to you.
Hi!
And actually, when my parents got married, my dad knew more how to cook than my mom did. She got better, but he was the better cook.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I wasn't there. I wasn't there when it happened. That's enough pierogi for Maria, I think.
Okay.
I mean, how much pierogi is she gonna eat?
Well,
That's like, how
you
many?
just got to be gentle with it.
That's too much. Yeah. So we are out. Thank you. My family is adorable. I guess I'll keep them. My son is, as usual, off camera because he's too cool for TikTok. So the dough we're working with is gluten-free dough first because my sister-in-law Maria has a food allergy and we don't want any cross-contamination, so we're working with that first. My dad will probably show, as I'm boiling up the pierogies, how to make the actual dough when we're working with regular dough. But actually, we're working with bread flour because each time we make pierogies, we've been doing it for the last 5 or 6 years now together for the holidays instead of buying them. We keep tinkering with our recipe, and we're finding that bread flour will work a little better with what we're trying to do. So these ones, I would say, are not as pretty as we normally make them because of the gluten flour. I can't wait to show you guys what our gluten flour looks like, or our flour with gluten, our bread flour will look like. So here, let me have you zoom in. So that's how our pierogies are looking like. Normally they're far better shape, but we're getting there. It's looking pretty good.
You're going to have to handle these with care. Gently.
Yes. That's why I wanted to, that's why I brought this gentle one. Okay. So I'm moving you guys over. Do I spy a fur baby under the table? Yes, you do. That is Lily, a Portuguese water dog. She usually comes over and has play dates with my dog, actually. So, yeah. So right now I'm going to be boiling them. It's about 2 or 3 minutes that we boil them so that we par bake them. There, so you guys can see. You don't want to crowd the pierogies as they're par baking. That one was gonna fall apart. And then what we do is we wait for them kind of to rise and par bake. Hi, Buddy Bella, welcome, welcome. Mom, one of my followers says she would die for Lily.
Oh.
Because she's so cute. So as they're starting to rise in about a minute or so, that's when we know that they're par baked. And then I will move them from the pot over to our cooling racks that have a little bit of olive oil in it. So that way they can fully dry and cool off. And then we'll put them in Ziploc bags and have them ready for Christmas Day. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. It's a good day today because I'm cooking with my dad. Is this
The other half of the.
oh, you're the other half of the gluten?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there were.
More for.
I thought there was only. I thought that was like a little too less. Did my last comment go through? What comment? I saw the comment where you said my family's adorable. Is that the comment that you said? Lie? If not, I did not see your comment. So if you look, this is how you want it to look. It's gonna look cooked. The dough is cooked all the way through. And that's how we know it's ready to cool on our drying racks. Or it's like a cookie sheet full of oil. So that's how we can tell. It usually has risen to the surface, so it's ready to go. You guys can make noise. It's fine, Mom.
Okay.
Whose turn is it?
We only had one that fully like opened up a little bit, Dad. It's not too bad. Most of them turned out pretty good. Hi, Be Extreme. Welcome, welcome. I'll check out your video later, Lai. How's your son doing, by the way? Welcome, welcome, Be Extreme. I'm just here making, oh, see, now this is what you want a pierogi to look like. It's got a little crimping. It's nice and full. It's so tricky. It's so tricky with the gluten flour because it easily falls apart because it has no elasticity. Lai says he's doing okay, but the last couple weeks have been very rough. I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for the joke.
Hang on. Over here, we're going to write what? 10.
16.
Yes, 16 is 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37.
It's nice to see everybody this early morning. I know I never go live at this time, but I'm not going to go at 9 o'clock at night making pierogies. I wouldn't make it. We usually make anywhere between 7 to 8 dozen. One year we made like over 13 dozen. We got a little over ambitious with the flavors. Be Extreme says, as a survivor myself, I send you and your family and son all the love. Come on, Dad.
Yeah.
There we go. Lai says, thank you, and I'm so glad that you survived. I'm glad you survived too, Be Extreme. Thank you, Dad.
What's your highest stamina you have?
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you even give us joy every day with your videos. They're so funny.
That's what you, if you don't have any demos, that's what you do. I learned how to play. Things that weren't fun.
Yeah, I feel like these are getting better shaped. So I'm not really using a timer when I'm putting these in the hot water, but I've made these enough that I can kind of tell when they're ready. But usually you want to do anywhere between 2 to 3 minutes in the boiling water. We made like a half batch because we only have one person who has like a gluten allergy in our household, in our family. And then the rest will be regular. And we mark it so that way she knows. That way she has enough to go home with too.
These are the final
Oh, the final ones. Cool.
ones.
So these are the final ones that we're making of the gluten. And then ready to drive, so going on listening mode. Well, thank you, Be Extreme. Please drive safely. It's not worth it. By the way, it's snowing here in Michigan because that's how we roll. It melted all our snow and now it's snowing again. Just for fun. Yeah, the extra flour seems to help with these.
Yeah, it needs it so you can handle it safely.
Yeah, we put extra of the gluten flour all over it so that it doesn't because it gets it wants to fall apart so fast. We are snow covered in Wisconsin too. Jealous, we only get ice here in Arkansas, never good, packable snow. We definitely got some packable snow. My kids got to make snowmen. And I posted it on my Instagram.
Lily, stop it. Stop it.
Was Lily misbehaving? Not our Lily. So with that, we made a half batch. We made about
There's 3 more here too.
9, 10, 11, 12.
There's 3 more here.
There's 3 more here, so we made about
15.
15. So this was a half batch. So a full batch makes about 30 pierogies. And we're going to be making probably 3 batches of the regular. Because we are making 3 kinds today. I probably won't be live the whole time. I am making sauerkraut and onion and mushroom. We are doing potato and cheese, which I know is a big favorite for people. And we are also making farmer's cheese, which is kind of like a soft, Dad, what would you describe the flavor of farmer's cheese?
It's closest to ricotta cheese. It's kind of a smooth, workable cheese in your hands.
Yep.
There I am.
Yes, there you are.
And it's kind of a mild tasting cheese. It's not a biting cheese by any means.
No, it's very gentle. We are very picky about our farmer's cheese. Over the years, we have realized that ones that come completely sealed in a package is better than like a container because it's too watery and then it ruins the dough.
Can I have some paper?
It's on the desk. It's on the desk.
What's that?
That sounds very
Shut that off. Okay. And now we're going to be making the dough that for normal people. Not my sweet baby misbehaving. Farmer's cheese reminds me of a fresh mozzarella. It's kind of like that. It's like in that family of mozzarella, ricotta. It's actually been hard to find, so we have to like go to like a specialty grocery store to find it. Sarah, I've never heard of a farmer's cheese. I'm sheltered. Well, it is definitely something that's not well known. We're both Polish, my dad and I, and that's kind of why we know about it. It's very traditional to use in pierogies and stuff. And the ones that we find, like growing up, I like the ones that we have found now. It's way better, gentler of a consistency. So I'm going to have you... Oh, go ahead, Dad.
Oh, I'm going to just give it a quick mix in the mixer.
That's Gerry.
I think it is.
My dad has like the more powerful mixer than I do. I have like the traditional one, but he makes like homemade rolls, homemade bread. He makes, guys, he does make homemade carrot cake. It's the only cake I actually like. As you guys know, we are a pie family, but my mom's actually the pie maker in this family. So you've made a pie?
Blueberry, apple.
Yeah.
Blueberry and then apple.
I don't like blueberries. I like fake blueberries, right, Dad?
Yes, you like that.
Yes, I love carrot cake too. Now my dad is a diabetic, so he actually makes it a low sugar carrot cake that he can actually have, and it doesn't spike his sugar content, but it's still absolutely delicious. Or I'm just used to the sugar-free type option.
I have a good recipe for a carrot cake for two.
Yes, he makes it where it's just big enough for sharing. Or if you really want a really big piece of carrot cake by yourself.
You know, the best way to get kicked out
Yes.
of the house.
Oh, really? Liza, she actually likes the cream cheese with low sugar content frosting anyway. It tastes better. And I would agree. You know, carrot cake's already sweet. You don't need, like, it has to always be cream cheese frosting. It has to be. There's no other type, as far as I'm concerned. Do we want to just throw out this?
Yeah. Okay, you can dispose of it. I was just keeping it for repairs.
Yes. Well, they all turned out pretty good, for the most part. I think Maria will be happy. Yes, it's not cream cheese frosting. It's not a carrot cake. 100% agree. If you don't have cream cheese frosting on a carrot cake, we can't call it a carrot cake. It's not official. It's not a real thing. 100%. He is in another channel now. Whatever that is. We're just waiting on the next dough that my dad's gonna work with to get it elastic, and then it rests for about like 10 minutes or so. And then we'll be filling those and just kind of, this is actually a full batch. So this one requires 4 cups of flour, multiple eggs. He put sour cream in there, baking powder. And then as my dad is mixing it in the mixer, he adds water to help it become sticky. You don't want it too sticky, but you don't want it too dry either. And then you let it rest for about, what, 15 minutes, 10 minutes?
About 10, 15.
Yeah, about 10, 15 minutes we let it rest, and then we actually work with it. You can put plastic wrap over your dough, or my dad usually uses a wet kitchen towel. That also can work, just so that you keep the moisture in the dough before you start working with it. And both my kids are here today because they don't have school. My daughter already wasn't going to have school because it was a planned day off, but due to all the shenanigans that's been going on in Michigan, my son's school actually canceled too. Thank you for the likes. Really appreciate it. Oh yeah, I'm 100% stressed out about Christmas. I'm nowhere near done. My mom's already like done. Like she already has bought everything. She's working on. Oh, thank you for the Chinese noodles. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you for coming. I'm finally in a morning live. So I've started my Christmas shopping. I haven't finished. Technically, it's December 3rd, so you're not 100% behind. Hi, Lizzie. Welcome, welcome.
Chinese noodles.
Oh, so Dad, when people want to like, they can send you gifts.
Oh, okay.
So Lizzie sent me like a gift of a Chinese noodle.
Okay.
This is my dad's first live on TikTok.
I got excited. I was going to ask for a recipe for dim sum.
Yes, he does like noodles. Oh, see, now she sent roses. Yes, this is my father. Say hello, Dad.
Good morning once again.
And Lizzie, she just sent you more noodles, Dad, just for you.
Oh boy.
My dad is the expert who works with dough, all kinds of dough. So from pastry dough, bread dough, his bread rolls, his bread in general is pretty amazing. I'm not saying my mom's not a good cook. It's just that's where his expertise is at. All my money's going to bringing my chemo baby for his chemo. That is extremely stressful. And I know you don't have a lot of support from their father, so I know that's why Christmas can be very stressful. I'm so sorry, Lai. Thank you, Lizzie, for all the presents. I love you so much. You're so great. Dad, Lizzie, she went on live yesterday and she was wearing like a Game of Thrones like medal thing, and she was also wearing a crown. It was pretty cool. My dad has made like TikTok. Aw, no, you're the best, Lizzie. You know I love you. My dad has made videos with me before. This is his first live. He wasn't really sure what it's all about. I told him just do what you normally do, and I'll just be the camera crew. So here, I'm gonna have you guys see how he's working with the dough. So as you're working with it, it's kind of similar to how you would work with bread dough, right, Dad?
Very similar. You have to knead it till it gets to a very smooth consistency. and you usually have to work with it a few times, and then you get to know where you need to be. So it's kind of a learn by doing
Now I bread.
episode.
I found that, I mean, of course, my dad does a way better job making the dough, but I feel like every time I work with pierogi dough, it gets a little bit better. Thank you, Lai. I'm trying to do my best as the camera crew today. Thank you for coming, Sarah. Good luck with your toddler. Oh, thank you for all the likes, everybody. Oh. I always forget how you do this. Oh, yeah. Yes, we've been doing this for the last
At least 6 years.
At
if
least
not
6
more.
years. Yes. So I'm so excited that you're here to watch us make pierogies. Lizzie also gets them just frozen. It's actually not that hard to make. It takes a little bit of skill with the dough, but we recommend using bread flour over regular all-purpose, but you can use all-purpose if you want.
Okay, so
But making the fillings isn't that hard. It's just, it can be time consuming.
okay, it's
And what's nice about this, Lizzie, because you weren't here earlier, you par bake the pierogies and then you freeze them for a later use. And then you can just pull out as many as needed. So if you're only have a certain amount of people, you can just pull out so much pierogies that you need. And I talked about it with Lai. There are 3 ways to cook your pierogies the second time. One is oven bake, which is the healthiest, which we don't do here. The second way is you can pan fry it with some butter, which is a little healthier, but far more superior in taste. Or you can deep fry it. Deep frying is a little challenging, a lot of oil. Oh yeah, I hands down recommend pan frying your pierogies. It is way better than the oven. You get a better crisp feeling. Even with the frozen ones you get from the grocery market, let them thaw out overnight. Then put a little butter in the pan, measure with your heart, and you just want to get a crisp, like brown crust on each side, and it is far superior. See, Lizzie knows pan frying is the way to go. Pierogies are not healthy. Let's not kid ourselves. You always bake them frozen. Just pan fry them. It's way better. Just try it. You won't regret it. 100% you will not regret pan frying your pierogies. I grew up where my mom baked it because it's a lot easier for parties. But now my mom takes the extra step and she fries them for us because it's like 100% better. Like 100%. Yes, try it. I really do recommend it. I really do. So now what we're doing is the dough is going to rest for about like 10 to 15 minutes. And then, oh yes, Lizzie, these are new. These are another pair of holiday ears that I got because I have an addiction now. It has become an addiction. I have another pair that I'm going to reveal in a couple weeks. And then I'm going to do a video of all the ears I have so far because it used to be like 6 and now I think I'm up to like 12. But you know, this was a fan favorite when I recommended it, was that people really liked these, and then there was a lot of people that liked the blue Tinkerbell ones that I got. And then my mom bought the other favorite that you guys liked of the Christmas ears on Amazon. So she actually bought her first pair of Mickey ears this year. Excuse me, I'm like really sweaty. I think it's because of all the
the steam
It's a
coming
steam.
up in the pots.
I know. It's very steamy up in here.
Okay, well,
Um, we also put the filling back in the fridge because with the sauerkraut, you want to keep it cold because if the sauerkraut gets too warm, it's easier for it to get out. I have gone to Disney with my kids pre-pandemic when my daughter was like 2 and my son was like 7. We wanted to go this year, but with the pandemic and everything, not everybody's fully vaccinated. I don't feel that comfortable yet, but I'm hoping in the future we can save up and plan to go and take the kids again. Thanks for the likes, Lizzie. Yes, we'll go to Universal and Disney World.
I want to go to Disney World. I want to go to Universal.
I know, yes. We will go to Universal and Disney
Are you
World.
sure about that? Because we haven't gone.
Well, Ted, money doesn't grow on trees. Last time I checked.
Except if you're Mr. B's Team Trees.
Yes. Yes. My son really wants to go to Universal. Yes, Epcot has the best food. My kids don't like Epcot because that doesn't have rides and fun. I like Epcot for the food and the beverages. The beverages are delicious. But we didn't spend a lot of time in Epcot. I mean, Epcot has Frozen, but I don't think I could get my son to hang out with Frozen now. He's, you know, maybe if I like promised him, but he wants to go to Harry Potter World at Universal. I'm also a big Potter fan, so I want to do that. So our plan is to do like a whole week of Universal and Disney. And if I go, you know, you guys will see videos because that will happen. So our first batch made about 15 pierogies because we did a half batch. And now we're going to be making a full batch with the dough that we have here. And that makes about 30 some pierogies. So it's a lot. And we have 3 flavors to make in the regular dough. My sister-in-law only wanted 1 flavor, so we only made 1 flavor for her. What type of pierogies have you guys tried? I'm curious to see what flavors you've actually experienced. I feel like the most popular one is the potato and cheddar or potato and cheese, which we are making that flavor today. But I'm curious, what flavors have you tried? Ooh. Lai has tried 4 cheese and onion dad. Lizzie has tried cheese, spinach, and squash. That would be an interesting one.
yeah, you can basically stuff the pierogies with any filling you like. It can be veggies, it can be meat, it can be fruits, it can be cheeses. The sky's the limit in terms of the filling, so it's good to experiment.
Mm-hmm. We did experiment last year, I think. We made a pepperoni and cheese one for my son. The only issue is that it really made the water greasy. And he still liked the traditional like potato and cheese one. So we're sticking with that. Plus, oh Dad, I want to show off my dad's awesome shirt. So, of course, him and I have matching, this we got a couple years ago, but my dad has an awesome shirt where it says, powered by the 7 basic food groups. It says pierogi, kielbasa, which is like a sausage, How do you say this one?
Kapusta, which is sauerkraut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wumpy.
Stuffed cabbage.
Grandma, why
Yeah.
don't you look at her?
Char. How do you say this?
Trustiki, that's the angel wings. It's a light pastry
Yep.
coated with powdered sugar.
It's messy and delicious.
Oh.
Nelsniki is a crepe, usually filled with some sort of fruit.
Yep. And then ponchki, which it's like a jelly-filled type donut.
Right, and usually made before the Lenten season
Yep. It's
on Fat Tuesday.
we have bakeries that make it year round, but traditionally people eat them here in Michigan. They're great in the calorie count. 1,000 calories per donut. So if you want your fill in one thing, you get it. Oh, Dad, they love our aprons and they love the shirt too. Right, kielbasa's the best. All my kids love kielbasa. Oh, and Lai said if you do a meat and cheese, it's similar to an empanada.
Oh yes, yes it would be.
Yes,
It would be. The empanadas would be deep fried, wouldn't they?
yes.
And but yes, very similar.
And you can deep fry a pierogi. I've had
You
them.
can.
We just don't do it because it's dangerous and it's easier. Good morning. We're doing really well. We're just waiting for our dough to rise, or not rise, get better. So that way we can start filling our ponchki.
Just dump it out.
Ah!
There you go.
Dad, Lizzie said that she won a ponchki donut eating competition when she was younger.
Oh boy.
How many ponchki did you eat? I got to know. Because one is like 1,000 calories. They're phenomenal. And when I was a kid, I could pound them away. So I got to know, how many did you eat?
Played this in so long.
And ponchki, oh my God. She ate 38 ponchkis.
Oh my. That's
Shuffle
all I
the
can
cards
say.
and deal them.
Oh,
Did you
my.
not get
Face
sick?
down.
I mean, oh my goodness.
Equal draw piles.
You guys don't understand. Like, ponchkis are this big. They have like a cream filling, traditionally jelly or prune. Now they come in like frostings and chocolate pudding and buttercream and cannoli. So it is very rich and filling. The fact that you ate that many is impressive.
Takes the top 3
Yes.
cards.
You had to been because, oh my goodness, that's impressive. I already knew you were impressive, but that's very impressive. That is so cool.
That's a pretty good shuffle, I shall say.
Ted, somebody on my live ate 38 ponchkis.
Holy shit.
Pretty much what I thought.
What are you doing?
But it was for a competitive eating competition.
Still, holy shit.
You'd have to get me to the hospital. on that one.
Yeah.
My dad
yeah,
is
you would.
my dad is a diabetic, so that many ponchki wouldn't make it. That would not work.
We have to cover his grave in ponchkis.
Yeah, yes, we would.
The day.
So now we're
Why
gonna be.
that money though? Why torture your body?
When you make kielbasa, do you pan fry it? I have pan fried it. I have oven fried it. I've even grilled it.
Okay.
Honestly, it's whatever I have room for. If I'm frying a lot of pierogi for a big holiday meal, I don't have the room on my stove to do the kielbasa and the pierogi, especially if I got different flavors. But if I'm making it just for my family, I will pan fry it because it's way better. But grilling it is really delicious. Grilled kielbasa is really good. I'm not a big fan of the boiled one. I've had it, or the ones that Dad, Lai likes to eat pan-fried kielbasa dipped in Golden's mustard.
Ooh,
Okay.
that would be good.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
we play at the same time. And what happens is we're going to flip these cards.
Dad, you want to start with
And we
the
can
crowd
play
again?
on
Or
each
do you want
card.
to? Yeah.
Well, we can do the
And
crowd.
we have to match colors.
We'll get, We'll get the crowd going.
shape, or count.
Okay.
I'll start the boiling again.
And without taking
I dyed it
turns,
down so that way we wouldn't lose all the
players
water.
race to play cards
Well,
from
to
their
feel
hand,
the
face up on either side
consistency of the
each
dough.
card.
Oh God, so much better.
To play
so
a
much
card
better.
must match, color shape.
You don't understand. So like
As
the
cards are
the
played,
gluten flour that we do for my
players
sister-in-law,
hold their hands by
it's
taking cards
very
from their own
temperamental.
draw pile.
You touch it a little bit too much and it disintegrates.
It's like,
But traditional pierogi flour,
Right.
because it has the gluten in it and it has give, you can stretch it out, you can stuff it. It just works so much better.
From his or her hand and drop
but,
it.
you know,
This has to be empty. This has to
We're never going to leave anybody behind at our holiday meal. So if
stay.
Maria has a gluten allergy, we're going to make it sure she has it. Hi, Kai. Welcome, welcome. You're just in time. We're about to make our gluten pierogies. We just made gluten-free, and now we're making gluten ones.
How many do we have to make so they can taste test them all?
I don't know. How many pierogies would we have to make to everybody taste test one? Probably a lot, right, Dad?
Absolutely. That's a good thing.
Here.
Let's see.
Oh, nice. If there was a way. What do you have?
We're playing Blink, and it's really tough.
Yes. Kai says she does the same thing. She always has an option for everybody. Oh, Lizzie says we need to make 3 dozen.
Oh, we can easily do that.
3 dozen? That's like nothing. We make 10 to 13
Nope,
in
I'm
one
sorry,
day.
that was
So
wrong.
3 dozen, easy.
No, well, same color.
Lai says, what do we have for size for kielbasa? We do rice and beans or rice pilaf.
I forgot.
Applesauce is always good.
So applesauce, and I'll have to do and I'll try it at some point because applesauce dipped in kielbasa is a big thing for a lot of people.
Wild rice on the side would
Yeah.
be good.
Well, yeah, she does like a rice pilaf.
Sachet.
We usually with kielbasa we'll have pierogies, of course.
Sauerkraut.
That's pretty
Yep, sauerkraut pierogies.
Oh, look at what a nice job Evie did.
Oh, that's cool.
She did a nice,
Yeah, good job, Evie.
a nice,
What we make or he makes. So yeah,
that was fun.
truth be told, so I do the
Yeah.
filling and I help with the stuffing, Kai, but my dad is superior when it comes to the dough making. So for those who remember, I'm already making a better shape with the pierogies than I was with the gluten-free. It's just hard. It's just hard to work with. Worth it. Lai says, can she have a dozen potato and cheese pierogies?
Absolutely.
If I could figure out a way to ship them. I know, I've been asked to make it a business, but man, that would be a lot of work. That would be so much work.
Crap.
This one. I need a little bit of flour. 'Cause it's getting a little wet. Thanks.
Can I make some?
Yes, let me just roll it out just a little bit, Evie, and then we'll have you cut one out.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
like a cookie cutter. There we go.
We could have a Guinness Book of Records and have an outdoor sit down where everybody tastes.
Everybody
the
tastes them?
pierogi,
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, these people are all over. Oh,
You could have a
Dad?
virtual.
Kai says you're very handsome. Reminds you of Willie Nelson.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm prepping them for Christmas. Because we can like make them and then freeze them for later. And this is the best.
Okay, Evie.
This is the best time that would work for my dad. He has Fridays off.
Put it right in the middle there and press down.
So this is the Friday that worked for both of
Twist it a
us.
little bit.
Wow. This is a tough game.
Because he's busy.
Okay, there we
In
go.
addition to what,
Now, let's pull this back.
help you guys see what Evie's doing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now Evie
Shuffle the stuff.
has cut one, and now she wants to learn how to stuff it, Mom.
All right, come here, Evie. All right, so I'm gonna put some stuffing in. Okay, like that. And then you fold it like a taco. And then just pinch the sides, Evie. So it's all sealed. There we go. And that's how you make a pierogi, Evie. Go ahead and show everybody.
Because coming.
Her first pierogi. Go ahead, Evie.
Yeah, we're gonna roll it out for you.
There we go.
I got overzealous with stuffing,
Okay, good.
as I always
There
do.
we go. Ready?
So one of them didn't seal too good. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, Evie, they said great job. Evie doesn't have school today.
Yeah.
So she's very excited to be here. It's always funner at Grandma's
Right in the
house.
middle. All right, now twist it. Okay. Let's pull it back. There you go, Evie.
Okay, you ready to fill it, Evie?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the sauerkraut. I know you, so then we pinch it like a taco. The
I
top.
know, I know.
Yep, now seal it. Lai says your kids are doing school remotely. Well, that's probably to keep your son safe too, right? I would imagine you have to do that. Her son has cancer, and to keep him safe, here, I'll help you, Evie. They're both doing remote schooling, so that way they're protected from COVID.
I know. You know, Mom, don't we have blank?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's starting to come on.
Especially Uno without turns.
Here, I'll
Except without
get
the
some
fucking
flour.
airlines.
And it's
and
fast.
help.
Yes. That's why I said Uno without turns.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. The other kids are in person, but mine are remote. That makes sense.
This game.
My kids did remote last year because we didn't have the vaccine out. It made me too
You
nervous.
want to play the snakes?
Um,
Oh, you're busy cooking?
She's busy cooking, helping with the
Okay,
pierogies.
let's go.
And while they're shaping and filling it, I'm actually adding the pierogies to boiling hot water to par bake it, so that way we can freeze it for
Show
later.
you how you do it. You pretty much try to make it even, right? You see how
Yeah,
that,
I know how to shuffle. It's just
now you
I'm
gotta,
not the best at it.
Dad, Kai says she's considering remote learning just because of all the school violence that's happening lately.
Well, that's another good reason.
I know, it is, because
see how I got my thumb?
it's especially here in Michigan right now,
And you'll-
most of the schools are shut down because so many idiot kids are making threats towards the school to try to close the school so they have a day off. The police are just overwhelmed by the amount of threats. That's why my son's actually here today. He doesn't have school.
Good,
Okay, Evie,
good,
push it down.
yeah. Put your
All
fingers over
right,
it.
good
Yeah.
job. Good job.
And then
Okay, you ready,
bend it
Evie?
the other way.
don't do
Let go of your thumb.
I'm not gonna do too
Not
much.
too
Put your
much.
fingers on top.
Now, Lily, you can't eat that. That's the last thing we need is a dog eating
Sauerkraut.
sauerkraut. I don't know if you've ever smelled when a person is eating too much sauerkraut. It is not a pleasant smell. We do not need a dog eating that stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a break.
Yeah, show it to everybody. There's her boat.
Might as well take
I don't think I
Sauerkraut.
can beat you at blank.
Oh,
You
yeah.
mommy boy.
Yes, actually, yep, very good, Evie.
My focus is
So
very good.
they found one kid so far in Sterling Heights, Michigan, that they are prosecuting for making a false allegation.
Very good.
Because you should. It is foolishness. They do not need to be making false claims when there is real problems out here.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, well, we're gonna make more than one out of it, that's why.
Huh?
I'll show you one reason why my focus is good from a particular game I play.
Okay.
Okay,
I go sit out there.
press down.
Sure.
So we can rest my dad.
And turn. Oh my goodness, great job.
Ooh, that one fell apart. Oops.
Now this game,
You're gonna have to.
I don't really care. I mean,
Does that help? I don't know.
not really.
Here,
because
Evie.
my eyes are so used to low bright.
Sorry, puppy, no sauerkraut for you. That's correct. And yeah, so the one in Michigan at Oxford, the parents have just been charged as an I don't know if it's recklessness or what did they get charged with.
I had not
So they,
heard the charges yet, so I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that I know the parents have it's just been released that they've been charged with either like recklessness because of the access to the gun. It has not been 100% proven, but it is a strong possibility that dad bought that gun for his son, which is so delightful.
Hey,
Liza
Evie, press down for me.
says she
Krista.
loves how the
Oh,
whole
good.
family is working together.
Good job.
Yep, you're
job,
doing
Evie.
great, Evie.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
I'm looking at one bird, but that's a fat pig.
Okay.
You got right on the porch.
Oh yeah.
That's a fat pig.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
He is.
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
somebody got a little bit
Uh-oh, we got,
Whole pig.
too generous
You know
there.
what?
yes,
They fluff them
we have a dog who got some sauerkraut. Sauerkraut down, sauerkraut down.
give them more,
It is sad. It is really sad, Monica. Thank you. I love my family too. I think I'll keep them. What do you think, Evie?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep our family.
Thank you.
He does not like being that constant.
You can't see it, but here's Lily
I changed
waiting in anticipation in the hopes that we drop something. Right, Evie?
Yeah.
It's like, imagine checking your phone. It's like this. Imagine checking your phone at like 6 a.m. and it's on full brightness.
I-
Okay, Evie,
Things like that.
All right.
press down and turn. Okay.
I don't worry, my computer's kind of slow.
So
That's it. Perfect, Evie. Perfect.
when you're boiling up the pierogi, you don't want to if you have a big pot, you don't want to overcrowd it. Okay. Right. You know, I think the little scooper is what we use for the kraut
Okay.
because I keep overstuffing it and then
Go with it.
Too much.
it's fine, Evie. I'll stretch it.
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, no.
Here, I'm gonna get some flour. So
Can I roll?
Well,
my favorite filling to work with is the farmer's cheese because it's really easy to work with and I never have to worry about it opening up. Because if you don't have it properly sealed, they can open up in the boiling process, which can make it difficult. Okay. Which is what you don't want. Thank you, Evie.
okay, Evie.
Now cut it down,
Right in the
Evie.
middle.
Or I'll have you guys
Press down and turn.
look over here. So here's where we have, for those who haven't
All
seen,
right.
here's where we have the pierogies boiling. And it's
Excellent job.
And it's kind of like ravioli. You drop it down and you wait for it to rise about 2 to 3 minutes. And then you pick it up. I'm using like a wire basket to scoop it up. And then we set it over here on these oiled cookie sheets to let them dry, to let them cool down before we put them in Ziploc bags to be frozen. Oh, good job, Evie. And Evie's on stuffing duty. Now, Evie, are you gonna eat these mushroom and sauerkraut pierogies?
Ew, ew.
Yeah, she's filling them, but she ain't gonna eat them,
I need that to help.
which we appreciate, Evie. We need all the help.
Need a pillow.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Whoa, that's big.
Did Grandpa make a big one?
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
Okay,
Oh.
we go to town.
Wow, it's a whole production. Yes, it is.
Okay,
Um,
now wait. All right, now let's
Usually,
try another one. First.
usually my dad and I are rocking and rolling, but
Right there.
because we're videotaping, it's.
Twist. All right.
But it definitely takes work. It's why I make the
There you
filling
go.
ahead of
Two.
time. All right, bye, Lai. Thank you for coming.
Can you hold it?
Yes.
No, like this.
What do you want me? What do you want me to do? All right, I'll hold it. Okay. Yeah. And then do it over the sink so that way you don't. If you drop some, it goes there. Instead of Lily eating it. Right? We don't want Lily to eat it. Oh, that's good. All right, I'm actually going to, I only wanted to do a short live because we have so much to do and so much pierogies to make, but thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for watching us make this. I'll be posting videos on how we make that, so if you guys want to try it yourself, you're more than welcome to. I also will be adding the recipe that I use on my link tree and also tag to the videos. So I love you all. Thank you for coming. Bye.
Here's Mom. Here, Mom. Mommy.
Bye. Love you all. Bye.